It's always about control. It's not about your safety. Is your data not still being leaked? It's only a problem when everyone else collects your data. Surprise, surprise! I haven't been reading about this Restrict Act, but let's get into it.
Bipartisan Restrict Act is billed as a ban on TikTok, but now it looks like a slippery slope into government overreach. The bill would, quote, authorize the Secretary of Commerce to review and prohibit certain transactions between persons in the United States and foreign adversaries and for other purposes. This would essentially give the government power to review Americans' every electronic move, from web browsers to photo data to video games, even webcams and home cameras. The bill looks to ban any source the government deems to be a national security threat, but it doesn't mention TikTok by name, not even once.
Yeah, of course it doesn't mention TikTok by name. This isn't about TikTok. Facebook, Instagram, probably YouTube too. All your other social media platforms, it doesn't matter. Twitter, everybody collects information on you. Collects the same information. The difference is TikTok sending theirs to China and everybody else here just sends it to the US government. It's always about control. It's not about your safety. They want to frame it as this is a national security risk for Americans. Think about what they'll do with your data. Well, what's Facebook doing with my data? What's Instagram doing with my data? I don't even have to have a Facebook. They still somehow build a profile on me through friends. If I'm in their picture, if I even have an inactive account, they're going to scrape every single thing about me. They follow me through multiple websites. I don't even have to use the app. You get spied on. This is just yet another symptom of a failing superpower. What else could you say? The empire. This is a symptom of the empire going down. Draconian measures to restrict its citizens. Who does this help? Doesn't seem like it helps me and you, the average person. It seems like it only helps people at the top who want more control, more data, more ways to pin you in one location, more ways to, leak information maybe, get you arrested, put you in jail. They just need reasons. TikTok's the scapegoat that they're going to use. So they found their boogeyman. Oh my God, China's collecting all our data. Let's pull out Patriot Act number 2, digital style. Great.
So will the Restrict Act actually restrict a lot more than just TikTok? Here to react is Strive Asset Management Head of Corporate Governance, Justin Danhoff. Justin, thanks for joining us this morning. All of us are concerned about TikTok and the Chinese and their ability to spy on us and collect data and influence policy through their platform. But you say this bill is like taking a flamethrower to kill a moth. Explain what your concerns are.
Good morning, Rachel. Thank you so much. Yeah, absolutely. The Restrict Act may as well be called, let's restrict the first freedoms that the founders put in place in the U.S. Constitution. So first of all, when it comes to the First Amendment and the freedom of speech and the government's infringement thereupon, more than 150 million Americans are on TikTok right now. And let's table stakes this. We can all agree that what the CC...
By the way, it's not even a real ban on TikTok, right? It's United States portion gets sold to one of our own social media giants, aka the US government is going to siphon all the data for themselves. How are you being protected if your data is just being linked to the United States instead of China? Is your data not still being leaked?
CCP is doing with TikTok is evil. In mainland China, TikTok is used as an inspirational and educational tool.
Yeah.
In the United States of America, it is doing tremendous harm to our youth and specifically.
And even that point doesn't stand. Why doesn't he mention shorts? Why doesn't he mention Instagram reels? It's the same exact thing. They don't put science projects on there. They don't put educational videos. They don't do anything morally acceptable on any of those other platforms. There's no difference. This whole scaremongering of like, they use TikTok positively and over here they spread degeneracy. Yeah, so do all the other major social media platforms. They spread the same degeneracy. All the TikTok copycats. Same thing.
Young girls. As a father of 2 young daughters, I'm mortified by what the CCP is doing with TikTok.
Mortified,
but I think we can all agree, at least we should all be able to agree, that there's a difference between children and adults. And we need to get back to that mindset in the United States of America and understand that there's a difference between children and adults. So the U.S. government should not be impinging upon the free speech rights of American adults. And also, let's look at the Fourth Amendment, because, again, they can review communications under this act, right? The Restrict Act. They can review communications. they can also seize devices.
Yeah.
So there's a reason that Swamp Creature National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan endorses and supports the Restrict Act. But I don't know about you, Rachel. I don't really want Kamala Harris, Joe Biden, and Jake Sullivan seizing my Ring camera, my Amazon Alexa devices, or my iPhone. Do you? But
no.
Under the act, they have that ability.
Yeah, no, it's scary. And what's surprising is how many Republicans are on board with this. I will tell you, I saw a fast.
There's nothing surprising. It's the uniparty. We have a few dissenters on each side saying, oh, we're going too far. But for the majority, it's the uniparty, bro. You take money from the same corporations. Who benefits the most from TikTok disappearing? It's competitors. TikTok's killing Instagram. TikTok's killing YouTube. It's the most used app in all app stores. Who benefits most? Corporations actually do from TikTok disappearing. Surprise, surprise.
Fascinating interview, actually, I should say embarrassing interview with Jesse Waters and Lindsey Graham, where he didn't even know that he had co-signed the bill. Apparently, he's like Fetterman and his, staffers just do his work for him. But is it that the Republicans don't know what's in the bill, like Lindsey Graham doesn't even know he's co-signed it? Or is it that they're on board with this power grab from our federal government?
I think it's a combination of both, depending on, which office and which member you're talking about. But again, what we have is the executive branch trying to work around the freedoms that the founders put in place in the United States Constitution.
How do you co-sign a bill and you didn't know you co-signed it? Someone wrote, I'm just following orders, the police. Yeah, is that what it is? I'm just following orders from on high. You tell me sign this, this, and that. Didn't even read it. The uniparty commands it.
Constitution. This is an unreasonable infringement on free speech rights, and it's an unreasonable, unlawful ability for the White House to search and seize Americans' property, their devices, and their, oversee their communications. And so, again, at Strive Asset Management, we're aware that there is a risk when it comes to Chinese Communist Party companies and also American companies with their entanglements with Communist China. That's why we offer products that do not have exposure to China, and that we really work on exposing investment risk that is China risk.
Yeah, I love what you guys are doing, by the way. It's truly patriotic, but it's very troubling and manipulative of our government to have this Restrict Act.
Let's see the other video.
Legislation could change the way you use social media.
Although the bill aims to protect the country against national security risks, critics are concerned it could lead to government overreach. News 4's Marley Tuskus is here with the details. Marley?
Don and Kelsey, the restricting the emergence of security threats that risk information and communications technology, better known as the Restrict Act, is a bipartisan bill which lawmakers say will protect us from foreign adversaries. But many are concerned it could actually impact free speech.
The world has changed. We didn't have the internet, and we didn't have all this technology that we have now. So we do have to have some kind of control over it to make sure that we are protecting ourselves.
As technology evolves, Congress is trying to make sure our laws do as well. The Restrict Act would give the Department of Commerce the power to regulate technology created by 6 countries deemed to be foreign adversaries, including China, Russia, and North Korea.
Maybe your average American is used to data being collected on them, and they're, again, desensitized and don't really care about it. But in totality, all of that data, when it's in the hands of perhaps the Chinese government, which is our number one threat.
It's only a problem when everyone else collects your data. Don't worry, bro. Uncle Sam is on your side. You have nothing to fear, citizen.
It's our number one foreign adversary in terms of spying against us. It could be dangerous and risky.
Despite not citing TikTok by name, many are calling this the TikTok ban bill because lawmakers continue to raise concerns over the data the Chinese-owned app collects. Lawmakers who drafted this bill say it gives the Secretary of Commerce the tools to mitigate and divest up to and including banning technology that would harm the U.S., however, does not explicitly say how a ban would take effect or be enforced. Critics are concerned this gives too much power to the executive branch.
I think every nation or society deals with this. At what point do you surrender or do you forfeit your rights to personal privacy in betterment of what society needs and what the overall greater needs are for the country?
Senator Kirsten Gillibrand is among the sponsors of this bill. She says the Restrict Act will empower the Secretary of Commerce to, quote, carefully evaluate these products and
Yes, empower another corrupted political branch of the government that doesn't have your interest at heart, that takes money from the very people they're supposed to be policing. Where have we had that happen before? Oh yeah, FDA. Oops. More of the same. More of the same. Secretary of Commerce to carefully evaluate these products and ensure they do not endanger our critical infrastructure or undermine our democratic process, unless we do it, because we have your best interest at heart. Whatever happened to small government? How is so much government power being granted? How much overreach do they want? Aren't Republicans also supposed to be about, small government? What's going on here? We need less government, not more. It doesn't make any sense for the people at the bottom, but it makes perfect sense for those at the top.